Claret's TV talking to Chelsea City's new loan signing, Hady Ghandour. Hady, how does it feel to be a Claret?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, spoke to the under-23 managers at Charlton last week who've been in touch with Robbie and Glenn, and we just agreed it was the right move for me, and looking forward to getting going and hitting the ground running.
Yeah, you mentioned Robbie there. Have you spoken to him ahead of the move and about sort of how you'll be playing here and what sort of...
Yeah, I mean, driving up here, I was on the phone to him. We were just discussing how he likes to play, my preferred positions. Yeah, so I spoke to him on the phone and we just had a good chat about football, you know, different positions for me, what I like doing, what the team likes doing, and obviously you've had success the last few games, 2 wins in a row I think, so been working I guess recently, and hopefully we can climb up the table in the next few games.
Yeah, and you've just had your first training session out there with the boys tonight. How have you found it with them?
Yeah, good, the intensity was good, great technical ability, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Talking about your experience as well, you were obviously out on loan with Maidstone earlier this season. You played 5 games for them. What are your thoughts on the standard in the National League South?
I wasn't really surprised by the speed and the physicality of it because I played non-league before, so I know what I expected. But you know, it's pretty hard, physical. You know, very fast-paced. Didn't really score at Maidstone, which was disappointing for me. Should have probably had a couple more goals than I did, but I think my performances were pretty decent. But obviously the team went on a great run before I came, and it sort of continued for 2-3 games, and we finally got a win on my last game there before I twisted my ankle. So yeah, I mean, the league didn't really take me by surprise, but it's tough and physical and very fast paced, so not a joke basically.
Yeah, you've been with Charlton for a couple of years now as well, and you obviously played for them in pre-season and scored against Reading, so how have you found your development there?
Yeah, I mean, I signed for Charlton at 20 after a trial period from Tooting and Mitcham in non-league. So yeah, I mean, first it was a bit of a shock because I went from men's football to playing 23s academy football, which I've never done. That was my first professional deal, so I had to get used to it. It's more technical, not as physical. But that year was a development year. I had a pretty bad injury as well, which kept me out for 6 months. So this year I came in for pre-season with the first team. Obviously, as you mentioned, scored against Reading, did well against Palace the game after, got an assist, and yeah, I just feel like since the start of pre-season I was training with the first team, and that really helped, you know, I feel progress my development, you know, helped me develop further playing with seasoned pros who've been in the game a long time, so I feel like that elevated my game, and hopefully I can translate that here.
Talking about your experience as well, we have to mention the international appearance at the end of last year as well. Obviously, you went away and played for Lebanon in South Korea against South Korea, obviously. But how was that for you? Yeah, just surreal experience. I mean, just being out in South Korea, somewhere I've never been before. It's a shame fans weren't allowed, but you can't have it all. I mean, the stadium was unbelievable, World Cup stadium, because obviously they had the World Cup 20 or so years back, and just being up against elite, you know, top 30 I think ranking in the world players. Hwang Hee-chan of Wolves played, Son was in the stands because he was injured from Tottenham, so just a surreal experience also to play with the boys who I used to watch when I was a kid with my dad, so with the national team, so yeah, just amazing, and yeah, amazing experience. Yeah, and we've looked it up since we chatted earlier on as well, that if you were to get called up again for the Lebanon while you were here at Charlton City, you'd be our second ever international call-up, the first since 1938. So going forward, is that with future World Cup qualifiers, is that something that you're looking to do?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to get called up for their country, so every single call-up is an amazing honour and achievement, I guess, for me. I didn't expect it at such a young age. I thought I'd get it much later on as I progress. But the last 4 games, so I didn't get any minutes, so that was a bit frustrating. Feel like I came back and I need to up my match fitness again, which is a bit frustrating, but nah, I can't complain. I mean, everyone wants to get called up for their national team, so it's an honour and a privilege to put on the shirt and even just be on the bench. Just an amazing experience. Yeah,
and just finally, what can you tell the Charlton City supporters that might not have seen you play before about yourself and your style of play?
Well, first and foremost, hard-working, I'll run for the team, selfless. Second of all, I think since I came into this season, I feel like I've developed more of an edge to score. So just being in and around the 6-yard box, in the box. So hopefully I can add goals to my tally. I've scored for the 23s this year against Reading in pre-season. And hopefully supply for my teammates to bag a couple goals.
Thanks, Hady, and welcome to the club.
Thank you.